guys, it's Elias here, and today I'm bringing to you a kind of fun deck profile. I looked at a couple of lists online to see just kind of what people are running from this deck, and I kind of mixed and matched a couple of their choices and threw together in this. So, yeah, Demise is a really cool card. I've loved the original Demise and Ruin since they were released, and I always hoped that they could have like a proper deck sort of built around them, and they kind of can. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started with the deck profile. Alright, so this deck I believe is 40 cards exactly, which is really nice, just because the deck can be pretty bricky sometimes, or I just can't shuffle to save my life. But anyway, so you want to play, or I'm playing a 3 Demise Supreme King of Armageddon. He's your level 10 fiend with 3000 attack and defense. He's your big boss monster of the deck, excluding extra deck cards. His effect is basically when you ritual summon this guy, ritual monsters can't be destroyed by battle, which is really neat. And its second effect is if all monsters used to ritual summon this card were ritual monsters, you don't pay life points to activate its effects. And its third and final effect is once per turn you can pay 2000 life points to destroy as many other cards on the field as possible. And if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card they controlled. The bird damage is kind of whatever, but it's mostly the nuke effect that's really nice, and it actually pairs really well with the level 10 Ruin Retrain, which we'll get to in a little bit. So yeah, 3 of those guys. Next up, I'm playing 2 of the OG Demise and 1 of the mini Demise. So OG Demise, really sick. He's a level, I believe he's a level 8 fiend with 2400 attack and 2000 defense. Whose effect is you can pay 2000 life points to destroy all other cards on the field. That's actually not a hard once per turn, but I guess it's a soft. You can only use it 3 times. But yeah, he's just there to kind of help bridge the gap between all the rituals. I'm running 1 Demise Agent of Armageddon. I wanted to run all 3, and the ratios kind of felt best with 3 of the big one, 2 of the medium one, and 1 of the small one. When level 4 Demise is ritual summoned, you destroy a face-up monster on the field. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can target a ritual monster you control. While it's face-up on the field, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your ritual monster's effects. So, ideally, you use him and Demise or Ruin to basically bring out Big Boy Armageddon, who makes it to where you can't, your opponent can't respond to Big Ruin or Demise activating their nuke effects, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's do those. Okay. Then next up, I'm playing 3 Big Ruin, or Ruin, Supreme Queen of Oblivion. Level 10 Light Fairy, 2900 attack, 3000 defense. Her effects is when she's ritual summoned and she's on the field, ritual monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects, which does prevent her and Big Demise from being destroyed by Big Demise's effect, which is really cool. And then, if all monsters were ritual monsters that were used to ritual summon her, she can attack twice, which is kind of whatever. And then its effect is if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you inflict burn damage equal to that monster's attack. Really solid, because she's level 10, as you kind of saw at the beginning. You can run rank 10s, or rank 10 engine to generate effect is kind of whatever. It's mostly her who, when she uses Ritual Summon, or when she's sent to the grave, you target a ritual monster you control, and then your opponent can activate cards or effects when your monsters declare an attack, so they pretty much get the Ancient Gear treatment when they attack, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's it with these. And then next up, I'm playing the Incantation engine. So, one Chalice Slime. This one you can make an argument for running more than one. I felt like more than one's a little bit too bricky. Two is kind of middle of the ground. One just kind of felt right. So its effect is you can reveal it, discard a card, and then if you do, you special summon an incantation monster from your deck. Sorry, that had a big yawn. And then, which pretty much what you use it for, you reveal it, to get one of your incantation pieces out to get other cards you're missing. So like, such as, you can get out one of your Talismandras, which I'm playing 3 of. So all the incantation monsters revolve around ritual summoning, and when they're special summoned, from the deck in particular, they do different things. Talismandra lets you grab any ritual monster from your deck to your hand, which is really, really strong. Candle, which I also play 3 of, you can run, or I'm sorry, when it's special summoned from the deck, you add any ritual spell from your deck to your hand, which is really cool. And then the ones you can kind of toy with the ratios if you want more of or less of. Or I'm running 2 Bookstone, which grabs a ritual spell from your graveyard when it's special summoned from the extra deck. And Pencil Bloom, which fetches ritual monsters from your graveyard. You add it to your hand. The cool thing about Pencil Bloom is that you can reveal a ritual monster in your hand to special summon it. Stuff like Bookstone, you can reveal a ritual spell to special summon it. And then Candle, ritual spell, Talismandra, ritual monster. So it's really neat to get these guys special summoned. However, when you do special summon these incantations, you are locked into not being able to special summon the extra deck, which honestly is fine. Because you're a ritual focused deck mostly, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the incantation lineup. And the next 3, Manju. It's your typical ritual starter. It's kind of slow nowadays, but it's still really good. You normally flip summon it, so you can't, if you really need, if this is all you have in your hand, you can set it. When it gets flipped, you can add a ritual monster spell from your deck to your hand, which is really nice. So you have any ritual deck, you typically want to run. Okay, most older ritual decks, you want to run 3 Manju. Now the kind of spicy tech options I've seen from a couple of videos I watched were you run triple Zaborg, the Mega Monarch. You can, so this guy is cool because in the extra deck, as you'll see later, you basically use this guy to dump extra deck monsters from your extra deck and your opponents, to get your extra deck effects off. So like Elder Entity, Natis, Garuda, Fossil Knight, stuff like that. Plus he's pretty solid, pretty big beater. Since half of the incantation monsters and Ruin actually are light, you can get the second half of its effect where you choose which cards your opponent sends to the graveyard. And then the kind of spicier tech option is Exodius, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. I'll be honest, he is pretty much just as a deck resetter, and he's a free level 10. Essentially, so you can use him for going into your rank 10 Xyz plays. You can use him to guess, if you will. Now going on to the spell cards. So you want to run 3 Cycle of the World. Basically, this is the newer ritual spell card for the deck. The only problem with this one is you have to tribute monsters on your field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Typically, it isn't a problem because you'll have several incantation monsters on the field, which can more than make up the difference. Its main effect, I guess, is during your main phase, except the turn sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle this into the deck, add an End of the World from your deck, and then you can add a Ruin, Queen of Oblivion, or Demise. Those are the cards it lists are specifically the original Ruin and Demise, as the small Ruin, small Demise, big Demise, big Ruin only count as their original counterparts in the hand or the field, I believe, which is why you run 3 End of the Worlds. It's pretty simple. Like, this card's pretty old. OG original. I think this actually is one of the. I think that's one of the original printings of it. Yeah. You need it. It's a ritual summons, Ruin or Demise. You can use stuff from your hand, like typical ritual summon stuff, but yeah. So that's those cards. And then you want to run 3 Preparation of Rites, as this will it searches End of the World and it searches original Demise and Ruin. It's nice. It's nice to have. It get you the ritual card. It gets you what you need. Really, it's just a staple in pretty much all ritual decks. And then 1 Incantation Inception. It's an actual ritual summon card. This was another one you can play with the ratios a bit. You can maybe run 3, maybe run 2. 1 kind of felt okay because pre-prep is basically 3 ritual spells, and then you're running 6 total. But having the extra one is just kind of nice. And then final card will be for the main deck will be Turning of the World, which is it's a quick play. It lets you ritual summon Ruin or Demise from your hand or deck, and then you have to tribute. The caveat is you have to tribute ritual monsters from your hand. So this is sort of an emergency ritual summon on like your opponent's turn. If you have big Ruin or big Demise in hand, you can use this card to special summon them or ritual summon them. But the kind of issue is that you have to have ritual monsters in your hand to use this. So you can run this at 1. You can cut it. I'm still kind of play testing the deck to see if like there's stuff I could add or get some track to make it better, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And now onto the extra deck. So for the extra deck, I'm running the rank 10 trains kind of package, if you will. So Juggernaut Leeb, 1 Juggernaut Leeb, 1 Super Dora, and 1 Gustav Max. These are all level rank 10s, which you can make with, again, Exodius and Big Demise and Big Ruin, which is really nice. Big Burn monster, basically. Super Dora, it's a pretty beefy card. Leeb is sort of your win, your OTK, win super hard. So you can summon this guy using this or this. And then this guy lets you, Juggernaut Leeb lets you detach material from this card. It gains 2,000 attack and offense. And then it can attack on monsters up to the number of materials it has times 4. So let's say you summoned Superdora. It has 2 materials. You can summon Leave on top of it. That'll give it 3 materials. You detach a material for Leave. It goes to 6,000 attack and defense. And then it can attack on monsters twice. So 3 times total, I believe. Yeah, so 1 direct attack, and then you have 2 monster attacks, which if anything's in attack mode, you just kinda pop it, and then you go for game with those. And then from there, Zeus, pretty self-explanatory. Zeus is just a really good Xyz monster. If you attack with, you can also use it to attack with Leeb, or after Leeb attacks, so you don't kill your opponent. You can slap a Zeus on there. It's another field new card, which is really nice. Zeus is just a really good card overall. And then I'm running the, I guess, 7 Sins Turbo, the Spooky Spider package, if you will, which consists of number 35, Ravenous Tarantula, number 84, Pain Gainer, and then number 77, the 7 Sins. So, basically, you don't care about the effects of these 2. You use, you summon Tarantula first, because it's a generic rank 10 monster, and then you summon Pain Gainer on top of it, and then you summon 7 Sins on top of it. 7 Sins, 4k attack, once per turn, except the turn you use it to summon it when using this. You can detach 2 materials from it, banish as many special summon monsters your opponent controls, then attach 1 of them to it as a material, and then if 7 Sins would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just attach an Xyz material instead. Really, really good, like, ultimate boss monster if you feel like you can use it and need it. It's just a really good addition in any kind of ring 10 deck. And then the aforementioned Zaborg Send cards. So, Tunitis, when she's sent to the graveyard, you destroy target field and the card, destroy it. That's pretty much all you use her for. 1 Garuda, when it's sent to the grave, you draw a card. 1 Fossil Warrior, Skull Knight. When it's in the graveyard, you can banish it, and then target a monster on the field, destroy it. And then, you want to run 2 Herald of the Arclights. I couldn't find my 2nd copy, I don't know what I did with it, but you want to run 2 with this to make the extra deck full 15. When it's sent to the grave, you can add a ritual spell or monster from your deck to your hand, which is really strong. Golden Cloud, please. Beast Malong. Basically, if it's sent to the grave, you target a face-up card on the field and you bounce it. And then 1 Wind Pegasus at Ignister. When it's sent to the grave, you can banish it, target a card your opponent controls, and shuffle it into the deck, which is pretty neat. And that does it for the extra deck. Alright, I'd like to thank you all for watching this deck profile. I have more of these to come, so stay tuned, and I hope you guys are enjoying them so far. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.